I'm not the greatest videographer or video editor or X, Y, and Z, but I want to make this vlog for my memories and for my friends to follow along, and I'm gonna do my best to make this as raw and real as possible because I was so excited yesterday. I had a little bit of a mental breakdown, and a little bit is not the right word. And my voice is super shot and my eyes are super bloated, and I literally just got out of bed and I fell asleep at 5 a.m. and got like 3 hours of sleep because I could not stop thinking about this. I'm talking to the connections that I have, and I've set up like a price, a time, a date to get vocal and dancing lessons so that when I go to Korea and audition, I have like some kind of basic skill. This is the start, guys. I'm not getting my hopes up. I understand like there's a lot of competition, and I just know that I need to try. From what little I do know, a lot of the online auditions have strict guidelines. Like, you need to be like this age, you need to be this nationality, blah 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 blah. But a lot of the like walk-in auditions are like anybody can come in. I will say right now, like, it's really scary. It's scary to like, you know how you like have a dream, but it's just a dream. And now I'm sitting here like, it's not a dream, like I'm actually doing this. And when I booked that flight to Korea, when I booked that Airbnb, I was so scared to like click confirm or pay, or because like there's no taking, like I'm not getting any younger. So I was gonna go to Korea and do this whole thing after COVID end, but I was just kind of like, let's just go. Like, I'm gonna do this. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it now, because if I've been thinking about this for a long time, but I haven't had this urge as strongly as I do now. And something I've learned in like the previous years of my life, I guess, is when you get that urge, you need to take it. Like, whatever the world is calling you to do, you need to take it, because you're gonna look back and be like, I didn't take it. And you know, it's easier said than done, and I'm sure there's like many talented people out there in the world, but I'm fortunate enough to just quote unquote throw away my money like this. So I'm gonna take this opportunity, and a different day when my voice is not shot, I will try and, you know, give you guys more background on how I got here, why I'm doing this, who am I. You know, I haven't done like a YouTube introduction, but I hope to see you whenever I see you. So, day one is finished! Oh my goodness, it was so nerve-wracking in like an exciting way. I got really nervous in front of my teacher, and I don't know. We focused a lot on my pronunciation because, like, even though I speak Korean well, it's like I just do whatever sounds right. Like, I don't know what, like, it's supposed to be, I guess is what it means. So that was, I need to practice so much. And then I did my dance lesson, and we did stereotype, and I asked her, like, how I did. Like, do you have any questions? And I was like, no, like, honestly speaking, like really, really honestly, how was my dancing? Like, on a scale of 0 to 100. And she's like, 50%. And I was like, okay. Which is, like, very fair. She was, there were, like, so many details I missed, which I'll try and dance at another time when I go to the gym tomorrow and, like, show you guys if I can remember. But, what is it? Oh, so, like, something I told both my teachers, and, like, something that I know about myself is, like, I'm not the best dancer, I'm not the best singer, I'm not the best anything, but I learn really fast. You tell me to fix this thing, to do this thing a little bit better, I'm like, okay, got it. And something I noticed is, like, you just kind of know things when people explain it to you, and it's kind of hard to explain, but, like, you can give the same person, you can give two different people the same instruction and they'll interpret it differently, but something that shows, like, your experience in the industry, or, like, something that shows, like, your understanding of the music, like, how well you understand the music is how you interpret the directions in order to apply it to your dancing. And so I know, like, even some people in the industry, like, struggle with that because it's hard to communicate. Like, it is what it is. So she was very, like, oh, I'm so glad that you understood my directions and immediately corrected them. And you know, I did my best. I was like, hey, like, this is all, like, you're, like, telling me on the spot and I need to fix it on the spot, but I'll do my best so that next time you see me, like, I would have fixed these mistakes, because I'm very adamant, like, me as an individual, I'm very adamant about, like, I would rather overcorrect, you know? If you overcorrect, it shows that you're fixing the mistake. But, I also tell people, like, it doesn't, putting in effort doesn't take skill. Like, you don't need to be talented to put in effort, you just do it. I also accidentally kind of offended my teacher. In the States, I don't know why, but people are very particular about what they like to be called. So let's say the teacher's name is, like, Cho-juna. So that's my name. So Cho-juna. And it's like, oh, I want Professor Cho-juna, or I want Professor Cho, or, like, Teacher Cho, or, like, Teacher Cho-juna, or Teacher Chuna, or Chuna Teacher. Like, I don't know. Like, people in the States, I feel like, are very particular about that. So I asked the teacher, like, what is her name, or, like, how would she like to be called? And she was like, my name is on my Instagram, like, you don't know my name? And I was like, no, that's, like, I know your name, but, like, what do you want me to address you as? And she's like, just call me by my name, like, why would I? And I was like, and she seemed a little, like, hurt, and I was like, I don't want to explain this because I feel like it's like I'm explaining, like, the American culture versus Korean culture, and, like, I don't want to seem rude, but, like, we were already talking for so long, and, like, I kind of wanted to get to dancing, and I was like, I'm so sorry, but yeah, that's the situation. Can you tell I'm really excited? I'm talking really fast. What did I do yesterday? Oh, yesterday I had Wada practice with Kpop-up, which is a San Francisco-based K-pop club. So I don't really have any other updates besides I had my first lesson today, and so I just want to let y'all know. And yeah, see you next time. So I was gonna do this and then I got distracted. But day 2 of vocal lessons and dance lessons complete. It went pretty well, if I do say so myself. I plan on auditioning. Wow, it's 1 a.m. right now. I plan on auditioning as a vocalist first, and then like I do like dance things to show that I'm capable, not that I'm auditioning as a dancer, if that makes any sense. And I was telling my friends, like, I like to sing Korean songs, but I'm better at singing English songs. So, you know, there's like a weird balance I have to find. Like, what English songs do I like to sing, and what Korean songs can I sing well? But I could tell that the song I prepared for my English song that I performed, that I showed my English teacher, that showed my vocal teacher, wow, I'm so tired, that I showed my vocal teacher today, she was like really impressed, and she was like, wow, like, I don't know, like I knew I had it in me, but like I wasn't able to show it, like that kind of feeling, and I was like, wait till you see this. And she was like, pretty good, and I was like, yes. Dance, I have a lot to learn. Yeah, something I'm like, so like, let's say she's like, oh, smile at this portion, and I'll like smile, and then I'll like stop smiling at the next portion, and like this is something I need to get better at, but the teacher needs to be like, oh, smile at this portion and this portion and this portion, aka smile at every portion. But if she says smile at every portion, I forget, so I need to think like, smile at this portion, smile at this portion, smile at this portion. And I might be reading into this too much, but I feel like the teacher was getting a little annoyed, because like she should be able to say smile everywhere, and then I could be like, okay, smile everywhere. And like she shouldn't have to tell me like for each, I mean, like that's just an example. It's hard to explain it with like an actual example, so I'm just using smiling as an example. So yeah, and then last week she was like, oh, send me videos of you like practicing if you have any questions or whatever, and I was like, okay. And then yesterday she was like, oh, like you didn't send me any practice videos, and I was kind of just like, oh, I thought it was like, hey, if you want any extra help, like send me the videos. So I sent one yesterday, and she gave me feedback on today's lesson, and I was like, oh, okay, so like how often would you like for me to send these videos? And she was like, around like 3 or 5 times a week. And I was like, 5 is a lot, but 3 to 5, you know, I can make that work. I feel like I should have asked her that in the beginning, but I mean, that's just her teaching style, right? Like, she likes to see the progress. So we have a lot of ground to cover, so I hope I can do well by the time my auditions come. But yeah, gotta work hard. I'm so tired, it's 1 a.m. Also, T-minus 30 days until I take my NCLEX exam. Whoa. Good night, guys. Heyo. I kind of forgot to film yesterday, but today's Friday. But I had another lesson yesterday and it went really well. I'm super excited. I'll start off with the good news and then bad news and then good news later. So good news, like everything is wrapping up really nicely. I'm working on 2 songs for vocal, and my teacher was asking me if I wanted to work on a 3rd song, and I was totally down. I was willing to do a Japanese or Chinese or even rap. And so she asked me to rap, and she was like, let's not do that. And I was like, okay, because I don't know how to rap. I like to rap. I think it's fun. I think it's silly to speak words, like to speak tongue twisters quickly. Like, tongue twisters are hard enough as is. Like, to do them clearly, quickly, and with good enunciation, like, kudos. So I sent her a Spotify playlist the other day, and she's gonna look through that and pick a third song for me to choose. And then for dancing, this will be the final week of working on song 1, and starting next week we'll be working on song 2. I'm gonna keep the song titles a secret for now, and I'll answer them in my Q&A. And once again, if you guys have any questions for my Q&A that I will film soon, maybe Monday or Tuesday, put them in the comments down below and I will get to answering them. When I first started my dance lessons, I asked my dance teacher to grade me on a scale of like 0 to 100, and she was like 50, and I was like, ooh, she's a tough teacher. But I actually don't mind tough teachers because it strives me to work even harder. And like, I was trying to explain this to her, but my Korean's not good enough. I feel like when a tough teacher gives you a compliment, it means like a little bit more when a nice teacher gives you a compliment. I don't know, that's just how I roll. And then the bad news is I started to freak out a little bit yesterday. I called the Korean embassy and they didn't speak English, which was really confusing. So I had to like explain my questions in Korean. And I understood what she was saying, but what she was saying was not very helpful. So I was like, hey, like, I was wondering about the quarantine situation, like, I would like more information. And she's like, go check the website. And I was like, okay, but like, I have questions. And then I was like, oh, how do I get my American COVID vaccine card to be valid in Korea? And she's like, oh, all that information is online. And I was like, okay, but once again, I have questions. And so I got a couple questions here and there answered, and unanswered, which was not helpful. But today, I tried to look at my situation with a fresh set of eyes, and I changed my Airbnb and I changed my flight, and all I need to do is book a government facility for me to quarantine in, which is a little confusing because so I asked my Airbnb host if I can quarantine there because nobody lives there and I'm gonna be hosting that entire area. And she's like, yeah, you can quarantine here. But when I asked the embassy, they said no, you either have to quarantine in a government facility or with family. My family lives far from Seoul, so it's a little hard for me to quarantine with family, so I'm gonna have to be with the government facility. But the thing that's confusing is the website makes it sound like it's a flat fee of $876, which includes the meals and transportation. But I found another website, which is granted not the embassy, that says that this website is like a government approved Airbnb site for quarantining. You know what I mean? So yay, I'm so happy there's a cheaper option, but once again, I need to double check with like my resources, see if like just because the site says it's government approved, I don't want to just hop on the bus because I don't want to get fined. I want the stress to happen now and not in Korea, because the last thing I want to do in Korea is be like stranded or lost in a foreign country. So I'm hoping that all of this stress now is a good thing so that I don't have to worry about it when I go to Korea. So that's that is my situation. I'm also currently moving out of the place where I'm in for college. I moved closer to my university, and I'm moving back with my parents, so my whole room and my life kind of is like a mess, which is why I said I'll do my best to film my Q&A video on Monday or Tuesday, because then I can unpack all of my makeup. And I plan on doing my Q&A kind of like a get ready with me, because I think sitting here and be like, question 1 is a little funny and awkward. And yeah, but yeah, I'm so excited to show you guys what's happening more in the future, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.